Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket. That crypto wallet. That bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. I'm always right. I'm always right. Since the 80s and wasn't always cool, especially with the ladies. I was a damn fool. Dad was an alcoholic. Mama, she had to leave him. Grew up around the fighting, the fussing, cussing, and cheating. That's when I started breaking all of the rules. Selling drugs and robbing people. I was kicked out of school. I was a bad kid, tearing shit up. Sleeping on couches with 40 bottles and cigarette butts. Years go by and I got sick. Stage 4 lymphoma, how'd I get this shit? Lucky to be alive, so I changed my ways. I'm on that good life tip today. I'm looking for the good life, good life. Sitting on top of the world, I wanna be shining like diamonds and pearls. I'm wanting you to go there with me, girl. I'm looking for the good life, good life. Baby, we can have it all. We can make love by the waterfalls. I'm living that good life after all.
What is going on, everybody? I don't even know what to say. I'm having camera problems like you wouldn't believe. Every time I plug a new camera in, I forgot my camera this morning. So we're going to be doing this from the old Russ angle right now because I have no idea what in the absolute F is going on. But I do know this. This is what happened last night. This happened look, guys, I can't make this shit up. I cannot make this shit up. Elon Musk reported the earnings for Tesla. The Tesla earnings, the per share, were in line with estimates. They even exceeded some of the estimates. The consensus, it absolutely exceeded. But the important part was the revenue was slightly down. And I told you yesterday on Twitter that it was most likely that Elon Musk was going to pump and he was going to be super bullish on Tesla. Why? The answer to that was because he needs money in order to buy Twitter, right? So he's got to sell some of his stock in order to do his share. Now, he's got investors, including Binance. He's got some other things going on. So there's some opportunity with other investors, but he still needs to come up with a little bit of cash, right? So what did he do? Yo, son, I'm super bullish on Tesla. And you know what I'm saying? We're going to be as big as Apple and Saudi oil combined, yo, because we going to have all that money. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be the biggest company that you ever done seen, man. You think I'm kidding? Go look it up. Last night, Elon Musk said that he thinks that Apple, that Tesla will be as big as Apple and Saudi oil combined. And if you don't know, those are the two largest companies that there are. So, yeah, that's what Elon Musk did. And why did he do that? Because he wants to sell some stock in order to buy Twitter, and he needs to pump that price up. We want to pump you up. But I'm probably in trouble because this is America. It's 2022. Can't make fun of African Americans, right? That's out of bounds. Unless you're Dave Chappelle, you can't do that, right? So, Elon, I'm so sorry. Let me read my apology speech right now. Dear the Academy, I would like to apologize for my actions. If I have offended the African American community in my efforts to find humor in the worries and work of Elon Musk. It was not my intention to offend him or his culture, so I would appreciate it if you back up off me and sit your cup down. Tanqueray and Chronic, yeah, I'm messed up now. You know what I mean? Elon Musk, eat one. You know what I'm saying? Eat one. It's crazy to me. How is it not manipulation? How is it not manipulation of the stock market for him to come out here and say, "Oh yeah, fun. By the way, we got these profits and shit. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna be big, dog. We're gonna look. You know where we are? We're gonna be up here, and then we're gonna be up here. You know what I'm saying? Buy my stock. Oh, by the way, I'm selling stock." How is it not artificially pumping the stock? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, how is it not that he's manipulating the market? Like, he just went out there and look, say what you want. He voted Republican, so we're required to like him now. I got it. He made statements about it. He made a joke about him and Donald Trump and Kanye West owning Twitter, Parler, and God damn it, Truth Social. That oh no, it's the triumvirate of not freedom, because you can't say bad stuff about people on Truth Social or you get banned, which is weird, right? Because it's a bastion of freedom. But listen, it's not about freedom. It's about you know what defines a cult? What defines a cult is a group of people who make excuses for somebody, a leader. No matter what they do, they can do no wrong. And they are willing to compromise what they believe in order to justify that person's actions. That makes it a cult. So you tell me what True Social is. Because if you make a derogatory post about one guy, that post gets deleted. Weird, huh? Probably Elon Musk. I think that's the guy. You know what I mean? But yeah, so let's go look at Luna Classic right now. And let's see where the chart action is. And then you guys can decide for yourself. Trudeau in Canada has the biggest cult. Yeah, I'm not saying it's limited to one party or anything like that. I mean, everybody's got their own cult. Some of us in the middle, just kind of like, yeah, you guys are fucking crazy. Please go away. So what we see on the chart right now is we're seeing a continuation of what we've been talking about all this time. Now, problem in this is, and I think I might see a pattern starting to emerge here that's different than what we're pointing out right here. So you can see right here, we were trending along this line right here, and this thing had been respecting the boundaries, right, on both sides of this. Now you probably have to, to figure it out perfectly, you kind of got to move it around and take for granted a few of those little pumps go above or below, right? Well, it looks like, now that I'm really kind of taking stock here, so let's separate what it looks like here, which is this right here, and we respected that line a bunch of different times, right? But here's the issue, right? We're not doing that anymore. Now we're over here, so maybe it's time to readjust this and say this line right here might now be heading in this direction. And that maybe this band is tightening up even more. Because listen, this is the moment right here. Yes, it is the beliefs cult. And all you guys drink that Kool-Aid, goddammit. So it looks like we're tightening up to the point here. Look, here's the problem, right? You can't trade. There's no trading volume at the level that we're talking about right now. The way we're talking about it right now is we've gone from, you look at the dip here and you say, and let's say you're me. I have 10 million tokens. The value of 10 million tokens down here where it settled right here is $2,400. And then up here at the top, let's go find the top of the last 24 hours. So the bottom over here was, let's get right here. So the bottom was 24.4 and the top was 25.9. So at best, you made $150. Like, nobody's trying to trade for $150, right? I don't. That's not really a good trading opportunity. So something has to give, because we can't continue on that pattern. Nonetheless, we are still recognizing that we are in a flag pattern that came from the bottom. Now, the issue is this little chunk right here, like this changed a trend, because it's one thing to see a nice little pump right here. Like we got this thing right here, right? It's one thing to see that. This is kind of a continuation to the upside and then towards that downside. And by the way, my arm is fine. That was from like a couple years ago. I can't feel my arm. Just so everybody knows, the whole thing with my arm is it almost like it cut all the way to the bone. Like I heard it thump on the bone. And it was a clean cut. It wasn't all messed up. I had something like 58 stitches, mostly internal. I had like 20 to close it, but then I had like 30 something on the inside to kind of re-stitch everything back together. But the nerve was just devastated. So the nerve ending, I have no idea where the nerve endings are. But when I move my arm, when I do this right here, like I feel there's a tingle going through my whole forearm right here. Like I cannot feel it. And like it like you can tap on it like this and I feel it, but I feel it down here on the bottom of the forearm. I don't feel anything on the top. And people always test me and they'll like try to stab me and they'll stab me on the top of my arm. I don't feel it. You know what I mean? I know that it's happening. If I see it, then my mind registers, hey, don't let that guy stab you, kill him. You know what I'm saying? But if you turn my head and then you start stabbing me with something, I don't feel it. So it's really just kind of crazy. But it's really interesting, by the way, that I feel things like, for example, when the wind blows, I feel all of the hairs on my arm like blowing. Like I that is something that you can feel, and it's like it comes from the bottom of your arm. It's just a weird feeling, and this is just the feeling that I'm going to have for the rest of my life on that arm. It will eventually get to where I don't notice it, and it's way down. Like it used to be a real buzz. Like I mean, my arm was always like you can always just feel a buzz in your arm. Now it's not nearly as big. We'll get to Lily Finance in just a few minutes. Now it's not nearly as much as it was before, but it's still kind of there, and it's always tight, and it always has it has a weird feeling to it. But I mean, I bench press 400 pounds. You know what I mean? Like it didn't affect my strength at all. You know, once the wound healed, it didn't mess anything up. I still have pretty good wrist strength. I still have, you know what I mean? Everything still works. So overall it was good. But back to Luna Classic. So we're in this channel. The trend can't continue. It has to end here somewhere. And listen, there's a lot of people exactly. A lot of people really want this thing to succeed, and some very influential people want this thing to succeed. You might even say that this has gone back down here, by the way. Like when you start to break down a few of the little spots, I mean, we're just looking because you can find a point of contact right here, 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 and here. So, you know, maybe this trend line was just kind of forming all that time, and that this was the aberration. And maybe this tightening is the norm. But if that's the case, then it says right here that we're due for a breakout. You know, what is this? If we're guessing, maybe that was a breakout. I don't know. There's points of contact right here. So, you know, sometime in the 20th, Sunday night, there we go. Like if there was going to be a breakout, then it would be Sunday night. So it would make sense that that's where this whole thing is leading to, right? Because that gives you the Binance, and this right here is Sunday, and right there it ends in the evening as the markets open on. So that's probably just karma, coincidence. But this is very long, by the way. This is very, very long. And, you know, guys, you must be at this point thinking like, Jesus Christ, this is the most boring market that we've ever had. Because, I mean, when you look at what's going on, I mean, look at the day chart. This is what we've been doing. This is all you can do for the last, I mean, how long is this? This is now, what, 5 months? We've gone 5 months of just this with a top of 25.6 and a bottom of 17,567. we moved this. There we go. We moved that over. So these are the tops and the bottom. Well, we need to get that dump in there. There we go. All right. So the top was not there. All right, there we go. 17,567 was the bottom over there. And then 26, that's not right. What the fuck? 25,214 is the number. So that's a weird trading line. And then look how tight it became over here. Like you got to consider that this thing is just really tightening up. And to be fair, like this is the whole market looks like this, except for the one difference here has been Ethereum, because Ethereum had that big run because of ETH 2.0, right? So then it went up to 2031. So we had a nice little, at least relief rally for Ethereum. But I mean, let's face it, it's still down a gigantic percent. And since then, we had, there were 3 million Ethereum, by the way, 3 million Ethereum that were bought. And it turns out that all 3 million of those Ethereum have again been sold. These were pre-sales for right before ETH 2.0. Like specific wallets were holding like 3 million total. And so now it's doing exactly what the rest of the market is doing. So all of this that was happening has become like an aberration. And now we're just looking at this thing, on the hourly, we're trying to find like, where do we have a little breakout? Where do we have like a relief rally? Where do we have a moment where things start to get interesting again? Because like these are the moments. Now, if you're looking at this and you're saying, well, hey, that's a pennant, right? Well, this pennant comes from here. So what does that mean? That means that we're going down. When this hits over here, it means that all indications are that we're going to have we're going to be minting another low again. So, that's how these things play out. I mean, like this happened over here, off of here. So this happened, then this happened, and then we got a relief rally, but now we're back to normal. So you can see over here, like this is the charts. This is what's happening over here. So we had a downward move. Then we had this kind of relief pump right here. And then what do we do? Got a downward move. Then we had the same thing happen. Then we got a downward move. Then we had the same thing happen. Then we got a downward move. Then we got the same thing happen. Then we got some upward momentum. So it's not always 100%. It's about 78% that it's going to move to the downside. So then we got a nice big pump. And then what happened over here? Then this right here is where the world learned that Luna Classic was not the Luna Classic that they thought it was. So that caused a crash in the market. Now, where would we be if the market did not have that crash? Because remember, that took $36 billion. That took $36 billion out of crypto in just a short period of time. But then we had this consolidation over here, which probably should have been up here. It was probably inevitable that we would have gone down, but it probably would have gone down to maybe 2000 instead of where we ended up right now. And we would still be moving down. Like, I don't think that this changed anything. This right here is when we found out that Elon Musk was nothing but a paper-handed hoe who wasn't using his Bitcoin to buy Twitter. He was just using it because he is a paper-handed hoe. Elon, you paper-handed hoe. So, that's where we found it. And we didn't find out, by the way, until the earnings report. And then on the earnings report in July, we found out that, oh yeah, and by the way, Tesla sold all its Bitcoin in order to have cash on hand, in order, and like Elon Musk said, yo, son, I need to have that cash, you know what I'm saying? Trying to buy Twitter and shit. I mean, not Twitter. I mean, I'm trying to just make sure I got cash in order to buy resources if I'm trying to need something, you know what I'm saying? I really like pretending to be Elon Musk. If only for the money, you know what I mean? So we've got all of the signals here that are telling us that we're headed to the downside, and then we've got that potential where we're hopeful because we've seen that something like this ends up here. So maybe something like this ends up here. So we're waiting for the end of that consolidation, which I mean it's going to happen. It's not just gonna turn into one straight line. You know what I mean? When the channels tighten, it means that a breakout is imminent, and this was probably to most people like a symbol that we were having a breakout, because that's what I said. I said we might be having a breakout here. But what happened right here, just so everybody understands, the reason that this specific area is so far out of whack. There was an Ethereum whale who was holding 7.26 million. And I don't know how much the leverage position was, but I know that his stop loss was set right here at 1241, right? So what happened was one night, while all the babes were tucked into bed, one night the European market was not doing very well, and it started to dwindle and to dwindle and to dwindle. And we had been talking about this guy. He had been supporting this price for a while. He had a huge position here. So he had been throwing Ethereum in order to keep that price above his stop loss area. He had been going long on Ethereum, hoping for another move to the upside. Well, the sharks saw the opportunity, and as the European market started pumping it down, it got right here into this little area, and it got close enough that somebody said, you know what, let's dump this thing. And it's somebody with a short, because look at how much got bought right here. Like, people saw this as an opportunity. So they got their short down here, and then they bought the hell out of Ethereum. But this was the spot where he lost. And then, like, damn, then you got wrecked, son. And I feel bad for him, because he was supporting Ethereum at the 1300 price mark, and we're still at the 1300 price mark, by the way. So I'm not saying that he was the only thing that was supporting it at that level. I'm just saying that you could see in his wallet that there was just a whole bunch, but it was 7.26 million that he got liquidated on that moment. And again, if his leverage position was a 5x, imagine for him that was like a 35 million or 36 million trade that he was trying to pull off right there. But his portion of it was 7.26 million. That is so crazy. So anyway, we can't trade very long in this little look. This is boring, right? Now I have I have 20 ETH right now that I'm just holding on to, right? I am not touching this. And it looks predictable, by the way. It looks like I'm in this channel right here, going from 1260 to 1380. That's perfect. I would take that trade every day. But when it was over here like this, I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to sit on it. I'm not going to do anything. Well, now it's to the point where, the best you can catch on this upside is maybe 1330. And then it's just going to drop down here. So the tightening of this has been just, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't feel really good. It makes me completely and utterly nervous about what the position is. So we'll see how it plays out. But, and by the way, these are up on the day. And remember over here, we had last night, Bitcoin was breaking out to the bottom of its move. It was coming down here, and I said we needed 2 candles to confirm it. Well, we didn't get 2 candles. We got to move back into the right back into the channel. So we're still consolidating at this wedge right here. So I don't know how this breaks, but again, just like anything else, this is moving to the downside, which means that we probably would have a break to the downside. However, again, if you look at the pattern that we talked about a long time ago, and let's get the day chart back out here, because we're not looking at that right now. But from the top, touching the contact points, ooh, you son of a bitch. Touching the points of contact, which were right here, right? So now we zoom back in, and guess what? We've broken to the upside. And look at this. Not only did we break this, this is a long-standing, this is since the top, okay? So not only did we break this line, which has been screwing us up, look at how we consolidated on this line for all of this. This is, so we broke out of it on October the 5th, right? Then we confirmed it over here. And then what did we do? It just respected this line the entire time. Like once we got above that line, and by the way, that is a bullish sign right now. That is the sign that you're looking for that we're about to move in a positive direction, even though we're coming from this downside and we're moving this way. That's still a positive sign because we've broken a key resistance point that would move us to the upside, and we're using that line as support now. So then you get to this point right here. Remember, we got a couple days left on this one to try to figure out what direction we're going to go. But the channel is getting tighter and tighter and tighter. And you can just kind of see over here, like, this is where it was. This is where we are. Like, we're just respecting that line so much and creating this new spot. And remember, this new spot, by the way, was just this was just an earlier trend when we had a little bit of dip that we were looking at, right? So at some point, all of this stuff will come together and probably lead to a breakout. Like, this is, it again, if we hit right here at 19.3 today, and then we bounce back down to 1900 or 19.1, like if we just kind of continue in here for a couple more days, and it takes us to the weekend, and we don't have anything going, then guess what? Here's the funny part. This all comes together right here. And what is right here? Well, that happens to be, God damn it, Sunday again. So something's going to happen by this Sunday. Everything looks like it's going to have a breakout or a fake out, or we're going to hell, and it's going to be this Sunday. So I don't know what happens. I don't know for certain, because this market is weird. So and I don't see anything like right here that gives me any reason to think something's going to change. I mean, again, this is the downside. This is the consolidation after the downside. That generally means more downside, but at some point this market's going to have to. And by the way, just because I'm telling you all of these things doesn't mean does not mean like. And let's go look at Bitcoin, by the way, because we have let's do VRVP over here. I do not have this set up the best of ways. God damn it. Let's go to the day, and let's kind of look at it from where it is right now. So this is the volume profile on it, and we kind of look at it right here, and we see like this has just become the volume area for Bitcoin at this point, because we've done it for so long now. This 5 months worth of just moving right here has turned this into the biggest volume area that Bitcoin has, other than moving back here and starting to look at these numbers from way back when, right? So now you got this level, and here's what we have to understand. It is possible that from those numbers, I'm going to close those off, but it's possible that we're looking at more downside. And let's face it, what we're doing right now has been so far is respecting this top over here. So this was the top of the last market. We've kind of respected it. It kind of trended right here. You can see like we hit that number right there. We saw this thing happen right here. This was on the way up. And then, now we're seeing the consolidation happening right here. Well, where's the next level of consolidation? Well, the next level is, shit. Of course I screwed that up, because why the hell not? I think I may even move that. It might be a little bit lower, but if we go over here and we look at this one, and we're going to call this one so the next level is right there, and we're going to change that one to a red flag. And then we're going to go down just a little bit more right after that, and we're going to say we have one more line that represents a potential saving spot right there. Okay, so if this thing breaks down to the bottom and we're kind of stuck where we are, this breakdown happens all the way to 17,185, which would be a new low. But then after that, there is nothing to stop us until we get to 13,700. because that's the next, and it's probably 13,800, maybe 13,800, maybe 13,900. But it's going to be right there because that's where you see there's chop right here, and then you see that there's a top right here, and then you see this top over here, and you see just a little bit of chop like right in that area. This is not a support area. This is just an opportunity to bounce sort of area because it was one of those highs at one point. But if 17,002 doesn't hold, then it's going to be a disaster. But here's the thing. What you could see is we can see this thing break down, and then we can see this happen going into November. And then we could see this start to happen like almost immediately. Like what we're looking for is capitulation. We're looking for that bottom. We're looking to find a place where it can't go any lower. Like that's the feeling, right? The reason that you're seeing the market struggle and the reason that you're not seeing the volume profile that you want to see happening in this crypto market is because, and by the way, we were trading 73 billion one day ago. It's back down to 43 billion today. And you know what? It might be that we're looking at the wrong place because this is starting to look a little weird here. Okay, so 50 billion here, and CoinGecko just covers more of the markets. But you know, it seems like between 43 and 50, but it was 73 yesterday. So you know, we just kind of got frozen out of the market, and the Dow Jones has now opened, and it opened in a positive. So we're on a green candle for the Dow, only up 33 points. So we're not up big, but we are up, and that's a good sign. The SPY is down a little bit. I'm assuming NASDAQ's probably way down because NASDAQ is probably eating that Tesla D this morning. And I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Eating that net, yeah, yeah. It is hilarious. Nope. Anyway, so tech stocks are going to suffer for a little bit. We'll see how the market goes. There's yeah, if we really kind of zoom in, Waddy, you're right. There, when you go back out here to like the days or the weeks and stuff like that, and we look at like a volume profile, then you're going to see like there's just like a horrible little area right there where we have just no support. And this thing, I can't believe, like settings. Let's do row size. What's 24 times 6? 144. Let's do that. There we go. So you see the volume profile right there. There's just a gigantic gap that goes from all the way up here, all the way down here, until we start to get into the real volume areas, which is way back in history when the dinosaurs roamed the earth and Bill Clinton loved a cigar and freaky girl, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, there's a, and right here, that like this, remember we were talking about this golden pocket. And that golden pocket was right here from 25 to 28 on Bitcoin, that if we get into this area, we can just run all the way up to about 28.7, somewhere in that 28 range. So that's a perfect opportunity. But that same exists on the downside over here. That volume profile shows that we've got this little spot right here in between those two red lines that we just happen to make that yeah, I mean, maybe there's a spot right here. Maybe there's a spot right there for support, right in that volume profile. But, it's not going to be a lot. So there's a lot of downside here if we break. So, and I think that's what people are looking for. They're looking for the break. They're looking for it to move in a negative fashion so that institutional apes in. But, that's where everything is. Let me turn that back off. And then let's see. Volume has just been red for the last couple days. Chandelier. I wonder what Chandelier says on the 1 hour chart for Ethereum. Let's zoom this one. And then Chandelier is telling me, gave me a sell over here. That was actually a good play. All right. So what I might do is I might take this as an opportunity And the next time I get, I'll look for the buy signal on Chandelier. And when I get a buy signal on the Chandelier, I'll wait until I get that red sell again and maybe do it on the hour or the 30-minute. So we got a buy on the 30-minute, which is a prediction that it's probably going to make a move to the upside, even with these red candles at this point. Like, that's kind of weird. So we've got this telling us that we're moving to the upside. So, well, we got a sell on the 5, sell on the 3, and of course a big sell on the 1, right? Yep. 2 hour, 2 hour still has a sell. We're still buy on the 4 hour, and then on the day, it's been a sell since August. It's been a sell since August. Are you shitting me? Like, that is crazy. Imagine when we get a buy signal. When we get a buy signal on Chandelier, we're going to run like crazy. Let's move on, by the way. Let's drop that for just a little bit, and let's go over here and let's talk about some DeFi stuff. DeFund is up 34%, 35.5%. If you haven't messed around over here yet, they've got a poker tournament coming on Saturday, and they also play Fall Guy all the time. And if you haven't played, you are missing out. Fall Guy is a lot of fun. So I'll answer that for you in just 1 second here. But if you haven't yet, go check it out. I bought enough, like $100 worth, in order to play the game, because you have to have a little bit in order to bet and wager and stuff like that. So I bought a little bit so that I had it, and then it pumped. So, good for me. But go check out DeFund. It's been a lot of fun so far. Boxes kind of idling over here. Hulk is trending basically sideways. MMAI still no pump there. Terra still no pump there. WAGMI no pump there. Volt no pump there. Matter of fact, on Volt, it started to get a little move. It started to get a little bit of green, and then somebody sold like 8 ETH at one move, and then somebody else sold 4, and I think it's the same person. They just completely G'd it out of the entire position. Yeah, it's the same wallet. So they had 11 transactions. Look at this. They put in 8 buys for 3.51 ETH and sold 14.66. Talk about becoming someone's exit liquidity. And they've still got more to go. So now they're just going to sit back maybe and wait for the moment in order to G'd out a little bit more. And then they're just moving it over to, they might even be cashing out for all I know. But then you have SwingDAO. SwingDAO's down 12.3%, but still from the launch, it's doing pretty good. The consolidation was 600K market cap. Now it's kind of pumping right up here. Same thing, Volt all the time. Well, you can't do anything about Volt. I mean, like, there's enough investors in there that are just not going to be there at the end. So, DeConnect is down big, by the way. 59.84. We added that 0 back. So go buy DeConnect. Trading volume's up though, 26,000. Had been a low trading volume for the last bunch of days. But you saw this sell off over here, people taking profit. So I've never had anything to do with Clear Crypto. Is that right? Clear Cryptos? Clear. Well, that's 3 months ago. I don't know what Clear. All right, Clear Cryptos. Is this it? Thank you, Selmo. Okay. How does it have a 30 million market cap with 930,000 in volume? You know what? I don't want to know. I don't want to know. 300,000 in liquidity. So, I mean, there's something to be said. I assume there's something to be said about it. They've been waiting for a long time, I heard, to get this thing launched. So for it to finally happen, I mean, I've seen pictures of so many different people that are part of it. So I hope they're having I hope they have a good launch. And it was that driver, Baccarella, I want to say, but I really don't know. But it was a driver for NASCAR. He was on that. I don't know if it's the secondary circuit. I'm not sure what circuit it's called, but he was. I don't know. What rugged? It doesn't look like it rugged. I mean, it looks like it's still. Well, I mean, this is the chart. It's CCX, Clear Cryptos, launched 18 hours ago. Oh, maybe this is it, because that's what the day chart looks like. That can't be right, though. Yeah, I think you looked at the day chart, and I think there's something wrong with it, because that's kind of messed up. I don't know. Anyway, so let's get on and check out a little bit of news. For anybody who's looking for negativity and any reason not to have investment in the market, Fidelity announces Ethereum custody for institutional clients. Great news. Germany's $9 billion worth N26 bank is launching Bitcoin Ethereum trading. Polygon partners Nubank. Reddit users create 3 million wallets. Cardano founder responds to top 100 crypto influential figure lit. I don't care about that. Fidelity announces Ethereum custody for institutional. We already did that one. Shit. Anyway, all good news. Nothing bad over here. Retail giant Walmart outlines crypto strategy. Good news. We already saw that one. A South African financial sector regulate declares crypto assets a financial product. Great news. Now you can regulate it. Now you can do whatever it is that you want to do in order to protect your people from getting rich, because that's what you're trying to do. Goldman Sachs sees good chance of recession, advises investors to be cautious, prepare for more difficult environment. And by the way, Goldman Sachs has been doing that since the beginning. They absolutely hate the fact that anybody out here. By the way, remember, Goldman Gary is called Goldman Gary for a reason. And then there's Jamie Dimon, that piece of shit. Bank of America and JP Morgan says U.S. economy is doing well. Consumers are in good shape despite inflation. Hello. Listen, a couple days ago, Jamie Dimon, this prick right here, told you, oh, the world's about to end. Everybody's going to hell. Do you know how I know they're going to hell? Because cryptocurrency and whatever stupid shit that Jamie Dimon says. Now, he goes off. He has all this crazy going on about, the world is going to, everything's going to explode. Everything's just going to be the worst thing you've ever seen. It's going to go to hell. It's basically going to go to hell. And then here he is saying, U.S. economy is doing well. This is 5 days after he said, it's the end of the world and I know it and I feel fine. Crazy. It's absolutely out of control. Jamie Dimon, this motherfucker here. Jamie Dimon should have his own YouTube channel where he gives you predictions on how Saitama is going to go to $1 by the end of this week. You know what I mean? And then the next day he should be like, and also it's going to go to at least 50 cents by Thursday. And then it's going to be 25 cents later today. You know what I'm saying? Like, get the fuck out of here. Because just a couple days ago, I hate this guy. What a dirtbag. Anyway, crypto news. Get me started on this prick, man. Jesus Christ. Quant price prediction. Can Quant surge to 500? Now, that'll be the question. Can it surge to 500? Well, from what we were looking at on the price action and what we were seeing from the price action here, nope. However, it's been there before. Let me turn off Chandelier because I don't want y'all to know my trading strategy. God damn it. Down to 165. Now, if you remember here, we gave I gave you what I thought, right? Look at the 1 hour chart here, and we're seeing that drawdown, and that drawdown has been significant at this point. So we're down below that 61 on that local. But if you look here from the start of it, and you call this that bottom right there, and you look at this right here, then we just hit that 38 level. So be looking for a buy opportunity if you're interested in Quant, 158 or 141. Now, if I'm looking to make some money and I'm not looking to play a game, right? If I'm looking to actually make money, then I'm looking to do this at 141 versus this 157 because it's going to suck because there's resistance right here. So it may not come down here. So you may just miss out on it. But if I look at it, remember, this has happened. And then we got pumped back up and everybody was like, oh yeah, here we go again. No, you don't. It's going back down. So, just remember this thing is just, it's gotta correct itself. And we got to find like a support line or a support level. So I would say 50% at 157 or then down here at 141. Like, this is your buy zone right here. Maybe if it slips past this, could go down to right in here, 110, 112. So it could also end up down here at 112. Or it might find support at about 120. So, it's got some ways to go down, but we'll see whether it does. I'm not going to be in on it. I got my own shit to worry about. But so yeah, Tama Doge price forecast. I don't think so. All right, crypto banter. Nope, thank you. Gockstein Media, risk management 101, how to beat all markets. Well, if it was just that easy, man, like that's clickbait, right? That we agree that's clickbait, right? And by the way, I am gonna throw the clickbait in his ass thumbnail today. I got a video for Terra Luna today, and since I don't post like, oh shit, we're going to $1 million, billion, bajillion dollars, all of a sudden my interaction is way down. So wait, let's just type in Lunk. See what happens. Lunk. Ooh, titties. Oh, yeah, we had why you need 3.9 million Terra Luna. Then we had it was going to 10x. Then we had then we had then we had ooh, pointing the finger. That means it's serious, by the way. Okay, I have a question. Does this mean that there's been restored utility to his forehead? Right? Doesn't make sense. But you can see right here, engagement is way down. Oh, here we go. Yes. Also, it's done on the same day. Yeah. So burning 99% of the supply in 28,000 days. There you go. That guy's using math. That's the way you do it right there. They did it. I don't know what they did, but they did it. Huge problem for Terra Luna. Oh, dump. All right. So, yeah. So, look. Okay, here we go. Right. Today, I'm going to put out, I got a Luna Classic video. I'm going to put it out today, and I'm going to have the stupidest looking face you could possibly have, like this or something like that. Like I'm Kevin from Home Alone, and I'm going to be like, you might die if you don't watch this video. But then on the inside, like in my intro, my preamble, I was like, hey, what's going on, everybody? By the way, that thumbnail was bullshit. I'm lying to you. But anyway, stick around. So we'll see what happens. But I mean, some of these are just getting out of control. They're just like it's nonsense. It's nonsense, and I've been guilty of it. I did videos saying I could go to $1. How long would it take? And I did the math on it, right? I did the math on it, and I said, it would go to $1 in a specific period of time if circumstances were, and there's a specific set of circumstances, right? But I mean, it's, if you don't put when burn, wait a minute, you know what? Kiss my ass. Let's go back here to the beginning. Your channel. Let's go here. 12,000 views a month ago. We got 48 hours drama. 1,000x incoming. That was a keeper, right? Binance 1.2%. Yes. 1 month ago also had a pretty significant amount of views. Moonshot is close. This is a real red alert. Watch this now. You know what I mean? Like you clickbait them and sucky. Lunk to a penny. Oh yeah, everybody wants to know that. Pump coming everywhere. Big burn starting. So I'm guilty of it. I got to do the same thing. Burn time in 24 hours, and I put flame on the Terra Luna Classic token, so you knew it was real, right? Then you have big lunk move, Zerodar proposal. Everybody was interested in the Zerodar proposal. My videos are getting kind of long though, because I seem to have to say a lot in my own brain. I got to shorten that shit down. I cut some of that stuff out. I got to stop being hilarious, is what it is. I got to stop. I'm nailing it, right? So I got to stop doing that. So then Sam Bankman-Fried draws fire from DeFi proponents after regulation proposal. Okay, so Sam Bankman-Fried is now proposing regulation, so he kissed my ass. Binance gains European approval in Cyprus. Fab founder Jason Goldberg launches Polygon. I don't know what that is. I don't care. But nothing bad. No horrible news. Cryptocurrency up. Here's the blocks that tell you that you're awesome. And then here's the bubbles. Engage you breathe like this. But Matic is up 13% on the day. That's a pretty good sign. Uniswap is up 14%. Atom is up 8%. So that's pretty good. By the way, I had an opportunity. I want to do something kind of like this. So we'll see. Crypto watch. I don't want you to see my dashboard yet. It's not ready. All right. So let me go to one more piece here and here and here. All right. So all right. Here and here. And now here. All right. So what's going on with the Luna Classic supply? All right. Now there's currently 6.884 trillion Luna Classic. Why? Because about 22 billion have been burned. And that total by top burner, you got to kind of take it for spec here. But it's about 22 billion. So the original amount was 6.907 trillion. So minus 22 billion is 6.884 trillion. So that's what's happening there. And the difference here between the supply and what's left is the Oracle. And the Oracle, and that's a top holder. And the Oracle currently has 295 billion tokens in it. So the Oracle is where you get your rewards from staking or when you do something, right? That's the pool from which all of these staking rewards get drawn from. Now, the reason that you see this go down, but this go up sometimes is because people are getting this. They're getting staking rewards. And every time you get a staking reward, you're reducing the supply of the Oracle because a couple days ago it was 292 billion. Today it's 200. Well, no, it's adding to. Some of it's being added to. So it's 295 billion right now because it had to be replenished. But or maybe it was 297. whatever it was. That's the Oracle is where you get the staking rewards. So everybody who's got their stuff staked, the ones that they're giving away, they're not going to give away any more than 295 billion, or they're going to run out. So, and then when you make transactions on Terra Station, that's where the transaction fees go. They go into the Oracle, and then they're split up amongst like 2 or 3 pools. So that's where it all comes from, and that's where it all goes. So, but that's why you're seeing the difference, and it's probably going to continue to go like that. You can look over here. If anybody, by the way, ever has a question about where they're moving, come to, that's not it. That's some fucking dude. Here we go. Go to @Luna Supply Alert, and this will tell you what's happening. 11 minutes ago, 86,000 was burned. 12 minutes ago, 3.664 million was added into the circulating supply. 26 minutes ago, 152,562 was burned. You'll see a negative, you'll see a plus. You'll also see 4.7 million got added into the supply. 677,000 got burned. 4.8 million got added into the supply. 469,000 was burned. And you can just follow this the whole time, and you can see like, and the math always checks out. Like I check it all the time, and the math always checks out for whatever the increase is. So like that's what happens, and that's why you know. But anyway, it's @Luna Supply Alert, and you can just, I mean, basically follow it and then hit the bell to be notified. And then, you know, when you're getting your notifications, you get tweet notifications. Like this one is Lunken UST Binance Hot Wallet, and then this tells you what's in the hot wallet. In Binance, by the way, this is the Binance Hot Wallet tracker. And then over here is that. Then of course, Watcher Guru. You know, all these different little things. Unusual whales, in case you're wondering what's going on with whales, how they're trading, what they're doing. I've got ones for longs and shorts and stuff like that, so that I know what's going on with people who are doing crazy stuff. Circumventing Jesus is what they're doing. That's what they're doing. They're just circumventing Jesus. And then get wrecked. Gotta say hi to Rodney. All right. So anyway, that's what's going on. And I think it's about my time. So let's close that out and remove. And all right, guys, not financial advice. My name's Bleaves. I'm always right. You guys be very careful in your trading today. It looks like the markets are, it looks like the markets are going to be in good spirits. I say that sometimes, and then I'm just like, Jesus Christ, what is going on for real? But the Dow Jones we started off at about 30. It's now up to about 200 right now. I don't know if it's a real relief rally, but the Ethereum price is currently at 1,300. Bitcoin price is now up to 19,200. So we're starting to see some relief rally happening, and we're seeing the Dow Jones is pumping. Jesus Christ. All right, so it looks like we're seeing some positivity in the market, and it's correlating to crypto right now. So is it the beginning of relief? I don't know. But again, like I said about Ethereum before, look for a dump right around 1336, 1335. So if you're going to make a play, and if you're going to try to play a dip or two or anything like that, that's where it's going to be. It's going to be at 1336. It's probably going to respect that resistance level. It's been doing it for a month now, so it's probably going to continue to do that. So get in there, 1330, 13 whatever, and then expect it to dump back down to about 1278, 1279. Just, you know, that's the way it's been doing. So same thing for Bitcoin. It's respecting its levels right now, but it's very, very tight. So I wouldn't be trading it right now unless I was buying it long term, just to hodl. Luna Classic is proposed for a breakout over the weekend. So if you have to make a choice between buying today and buying on the weekend, I would buy on the weekend, because it looks like it's still got a little bit more downside before we get that move to the upside. So we'll talk to you guys again soon. I'll be on Deck of Mega Spaces tonight, where we have a bunch of little products that we're going to talk about. We're going to show you guys. Remember, DeckConnect is my educational platform. And if you're interested in that, that's deckconnect.com. It's this little logo up here in the upper left-hand side of your screen. It's DECANECT.com. And if you are interested, you can go over there. You can check that out and learn a little bit about crypto while you're at it. So you guys have a good day, and we will talk to you again at 8 p.m. tonight.